Okay, so here's the next part of the little tip here on how to speed up your internet connection for gaming. So one of the tools you want to download is you want to type into Google search Namebench, and this will come up. And this is a little tool that was developed with some guys and actually Google themselves. And so what this will do is it'll download this tool, and this tool will actually figure out what is the fastest DNS. Now the DNS is sort of like the phone book for the internet. When you connect to the internet, you go to your local service provider's server, and then they go to a DNS that they trust. Now a lot of times these DNSs will have certain things restricted or blocked for whatever reason, you know, like certain bad websites or whatnot, and in turn they might not be as fast as they possibly could be. So for gaming, you can use a custom DNS and then use your internet service provider's DNS, or you may want to use it for all around. So we'll show how to do that. But first you need to figure out what that is in your area, so because it's not always the same. So what you do is you go down here to downloads on the page, and you want this Namebench 1 point, you know, Windows. So there you go. And we're going to download it. And let's see, down here we got the little thing on the bottom of Explorer, and we just want to run it. And so it's going to download, run its little security scan, and you're going to get this guy here. And so what we want to do with this guy is extract. And everything's jumping around, and there's our tool. So we can just close Windows out. As a matter of fact, we can close Steam out and completely close it out so I get a good test. There we go. So next step is we want to just pretty much everything should be set already. So we want United States Fast Network, this, so everything's pretty much set to go. All you gotta do is just start bench. Okay, and this is gonna take a while, so I'll come back when it's finished. Okay, when Namebench is over, what happens is it opens your default web browser and gives you this web page. And so you see your web browser found wow, I cannot think today. A DNS that is 79.9% faster. So that's a huge leap here. And then over here it gives you the recommended configuration. It tells you primary, secondary. Alright. I have to write that down because I don't think I quite. I'll just use that one. And so that's a huge pickup for me here. And it'll give you all the little benchmarks that it used and everything. But and where the one that I'm currently using stands at. So it was actually in third, but the looks like Google's own is actually quite a bit faster. So next step is setting that up. Sorry, new camera. And I'm high, so I have that excuse too. So we want to go back to our router. And the only reason you want to go back to the router is if you want to change this for everything in your house. Now, as far as like downloading things, it's not going to make it faster for you. So like watching Netflix and stuff, it's not going to work. It's just a reaction time between when you say for something or send something out and something comes back to you. That's all this is for. Okay. So right down here, at least on my router, it's the first thing in basic settings. And so right now it's getting automatically from internet service provider. So we can change this and put those DNS settings in there that it said put in. But I'm going to leave it on the current internet service provider because I know they're not going to block anything or anything like that. And really honestly, as far as the actual download and upload speed, it's quite fast. It's just the ping reaction is pretty crappy. Last tip before I get off the web browser here, if you want to know what your current settings are like, you can go to speedtest.com. There's even, I think it's called pingtest.com. Oh, well, I guess I'm not right. Okay, we're here at pingtest.net, and this is one of the best ways to test your ping. So right now we're on Internet Service Provider ping, so we're going to see what we can conjure up here. So right now it's searching for the best, probably closest DNS that's on the their network. And it's found it, NetRiver. Okay. And it was just asking to use JavaScript, which this will use. So if it needs to, if it asks you if JavaScript's okay, then you just say yes. Okay, so there's our ping, and we've got a B with a ping of 38 and jitter is 15. So the way I understand it, jitter is like kind of the margin of error. So we're going to change this over to the ones that were recommended by Namebench, which we've got it set up actually new. So we want to go 8, 8, 4, and 4. And we want to go 208, 64, 222, 222. Okay. So there we go there. My server, or my router is really slow, so it's going to do this updating crap. Okay, so now we're ready to go. We're going to do another ping test, and we want to do a new server. So we're going to go new server. And actually I probably shouldn't have done new server, now that I think about it, because if I want to get consistent reading. Yeah, you know, stop showing me this. I don't care. Alright, there you go. So this measuring packets is what it's doing, is it's sending little bits of data, and it sends 255, and it says right now there's packet test error. So I guess we're going to have to start the test again. And what the packet test does is it sends 255 packets down, and it's supposed to get the same 255 back. So what that means is a packet is a little bit of data that, there's NetRiver again, that will determine if there's any kind of signal loss. Now you can get packet loss because you've got a crappy Wi-Fi in your house or something. So there's our new one. As you can see, we're pretty much in a similar area there, so I'm going to retest that again, but I think I'm going to get the same result. So compared to my internet service provider, it doesn't seem like the ping is really all that much different. So this is how you verify if Namebench is actually being honest with you, or, you know, I'm sure it is at the time, or according to its parameters, but you just want to do this to make sure. Okay, so now we're getting 27 and 6. So it does have a really good ping with almost no jitter at all, so that's pretty good. No packet loss or anything like that. So to switch this over, you can do it either on your router or you can also do it on your PlayStation. And I'll show you how to do that real quick. Let's switch over to PlayStation. Good, controller's still on. I guess I gotta zoom out a bit. Okay. Internet connection. Yeah. I'm not really going to change anything here, but I think you'll get the gist. So you want to go to custom again. Alright. And then wireless in this case. Enter manually, it should stay in there. Of course your key if you have one. And then you want to go here. Now here, you know, your IP address is going to be what it was. But the difference is down here where it says primary DNS, secondary DNS. The results that Namebench gave you, you want to change that to this. Now since I changed it on the router itself, I shouldn't have to do it here. Because all this is telling, by putting in the default router IP in the primary DNS, all this is telling the PlayStation is to ask the default router what the DNS is. Now you can use your internet service provider and put the results in from Namebench on here, and what it'll do is when it goes to the router, it'll say to the router, I'm using different DNS settings than you are. Oh, there goes that stupid blinking PlayStation thing. So that's what this is basically. And that's how you would set it. But since I changed everything on the network, we're just going to leave it like that. Alright, so hopefully that helps out. I don't have anything else to add at this time. If you really want to, I can show you how to do port forwarding for people with the PlayStation connected to the LAN. But that will be it for today.